Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday Talk. We're going live on YouTube and we're going live, sorry about that, and we're going live on Facebook. So, YouTube is telling me to rotate the device. I never went live like that. You guys will have to tell me if I am sideways or not. So, anyway, now it's telling me to rotate it again because I always do it this way. Okay. Um, just, oh boy. Okay, let's get started painting. And for those of you on YouTube, if I'm sideways, let me know. So what we're doing tonight is we're upcycling this purse. Okay, so this is just like a little vintage purse. I love these kind of purses. And it just opens up like that. So cute. I didn't find any money in it or anything. But what we're going to do is put a frame on here, and we're also going to put flowers coming out of it, and then it's a piece of wall art. I originally saw this idea on Pinterest one time, and so, hey, YouTube, am I crooked? You are sideways. Okay, hang on a second then. Thanks for telling me. Hey, Kathleen, thanks for telling me. Am I still sideways? Because it's still telling me to rotate the device. I apologize, Facebook. We'll catch up with you here in just a minute. But anyway, look at this. I saw this idea a long time ago. Okay, I'm better. That's good. Thank you. So check this out. The one I saw on Pinterest had a vintage picture on it. And can you imagine? And they were in a group of 3. So instead, I have a shadow box. So this came from the Dollar Tree like a few years ago, and it was a shadow box. I'll just reconstruct it real quick so you can see it. But it was like a nautical theme. So anyway, I'm taking it apart because it was $1 and it's a couple years old. So we're going to do our own thing. So instead of doing a picture like that, we're going to do a shadow box. So we're working with Sola wood flowers, these beautiful flowers that are made from wood. And we're also going to work with paint. So what I want to do is show you how I color these flowers. So I'm going to tilt these screens down so you can see what I'm doing without knocking you over, I hope. Okay. Let me get this. I already colored a few. And how I did this, so I just have some water in here. Sorry, guys, I keep fooling with the screen. Okay. I put some water in here, and I put a little bit of paint. So what I did was I mixed soft pink, and I hear an airplane going over, and I mixed putty, because I wanted kind of a tea rose color. Now I do know Dixie Belle has a tea rose color, but sometimes you want to use up the paint that you have open, so that's why I mixed 2 together, because they were getting kind of older. And then I just put some water in it and stirred it up. I'm going to stir it again. You can see some of that paint was a little bit hard, but that's okay. You know, it's water-based paint, so water kind of reconstitutes it a little bit. And, you know, I'm just not one to waste. So I want to get my money's worth out of it. So I'm going to take, so some of these Sola flowers come dyed and some of them are not. But I want to show you how easy it is to put color in these flowers. So this is an undyed one. This is like a chrysanthemum. But I'm just putting it down in this paint water and rotating it. I flip it. I attempt to flip it. I should probably do this like earlier in the day, but you know, sometimes my days get away from me. But I'm just kind of rotating it and moving it all around, just getting it all dipped in there. Now, this is also a good time to take the flower and just kind of separate the petals out a little bit. Spread those petals out. Okay. So just kind of shape it the way you want it. And I'm laying it face down on this paper toweling, and then I'll flip it after a while. But I wanted to get that painted so that we had a little bit of dry time. So I also want to do some other painting here. So I am using dried sage from Dixie Belle, and I'm going to paint this frame. Now I think this frame, it looks black here, but I think it was a nautical blue kind of color. Okay, so I got to remember to flip those things every now and then. They're so pretty. So we're going to show you how to use, work with the Sola flowers, and also the process of putting this all together. So what I'm doing is painting the inside first. Because it's a shadow box, you're going to see, or you potentially might see, the inside of the frame. So you could do this with whatever kind of artifacts you wanted to. If you were making it as like kind of a tribute to someone, or if you were just grabbing a few vintagey things like I did just for the sake of looks, or they can be, you know, like I said, some artifacts, something of, you know, your mom's or your grandma's or something that means something to you. Mine were just probably thrift shop things, but this would be a really nice gift to give someone as kind of a memory type thing. So while I'm painting, I hope all of your holidays have gone well and you're having a good start to the new year. Hope this is a illness-free year for you. Feel free to say hi when you come on. Tell me what you're up to, where you're from. If you're doing any crafting yet this year. This is honestly the first time I have put any paint on anything yet, I believe, this year. I think. I paint so often, it's kind of weird, but I've been busy doing some inventory stuff and paying my vendors and, you know, playing games, holiday stuff. You're from East Texas. Awesome. Welcome. Glad to have you. And if I don't see your comment, I apologize because I have two screens going and trying to paint, and the one's tilted down, so it's kind of hard to see. But okay, so I wanted to get these painted just so they would dry. I'm going to set this out of the way here a little bit and touch back up over what I put my hands on. All right. So now that we did that, let's play with the inside of the purse, the arrangement part. Okay, and I always try to have a bag here. I'm working on my projects. Either have a cup of water or a bag to put your brushes in so they don't get dried out. What paint color are you using? I am using dried sage on the frame. And for these flowers that I'm working with, that I dyed, let me get this glob of paint. I mixed soft pink and putty. Yeah, putty. Soft pink and putty. Okay, just mixed them together and mixed them with waters and dipped the flowers in it. So I'm just going to flip them again. Oh, I just missed that comment. That last comment on YouTube, I didn't get to see, so I apologize, and I don't think I can bring them back. So if you feel like yelling again, that's, oh, you're crocheting snowballs. Oh, cool. Awesome. Okay, so here's what was in the shadow box in the first place. And this was just like a little piece of paper. So we're going to kind of just tear this off. Hopefully. You know, usually things from the Dollar Tree tear apart in a heartbeat. This thing was built for the ages. It really, really was. So that's how simple it is to create a piece of art. You know, that's all that was. And I thought it was a really cute thing at the time because we had sort of a nautical thing going on in our bathroom. But this is kind of falling apart, but we're really going to cover it up, so I'm not even going to worry about that. So, but I'm going to set that aside for the moment. We're going to grab our purse and open that up. And I have some floral foam, and it's just like 3 discs. So we're just going to try to fit this in however it fits best. So I'm just putting these down in the purse. Okay, 2 fit really good, snugly. I'm going to, let me see, I did bring a little knife out here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm going to cut this. Let me see. I guess I'll cut that in half and kind of stuff that down in there. And I think that ought to do it. Maybe I'll take this, do this in thirds. Okay. And lay a little bit more down in here just to give it another layer. So I have my hot glue gun here ready. And just going to put a little bit on there. Just changed my stick, so. Just want to put that in there so that it'll stick in there. Okay. Come over here. And then we'll do this piece. I guess like that'll work. All right. So this is like really loosely in here, but you know, you don't want to, maybe you don't want to make it permanent. Is that for your shop? Yes, it probably will end up in my shop. Usually my projects on Tuesday nights end up in my shop. Not a gift for anybody or anything like that. So we want to put this with the strap in the back because that's what we're going to be hanging it with. So I have some flowers here that are already done. These ones, I'm going to show you how to put them on the stems. And I like to work in the odd numbers. I've been dying to use these green flowers. I just think they are beautiful. And then this one is kind of like a taupey color. Unusual flower colors, but I think they're going to be really pretty. I also have a real light green with a little hint of pink in the middle. You love vintage handbags. Yeah, I do too. You know, I kind of love vintage everything, but I just keep flipping these. Like I said, they should have been done earlier in the day, but we're just, sometimes we do that. Okay, so I have done 3 and 3 and 3. We could do one of these in a 5. Well, let's just see how many flowers we can get in here. And we also have some rose stems. Okay, we sell these Sola wood flowers in the shop. I also have some, I guess these are pussy willows. So I have to, I don't know whether we'll use them or not, but I brought them just in case. This is also, I guess, a peacock feather. And I brought that because of the stuff that we're going to put in the frames, in the shadow box. So we'll kind of decide, we can maybe put some of that stuff in later. But let's kind of get a little bit of a foundation going. Now, one thing I'm kind of learning is that when you're using like something with 3 colors, you kind of want to make sort of like a triangle out of it. But I'm just going to put a large flower in the top here, and don't worry about the front. We're going to be covering that up. Okay, so these are a little crooked, so I'm just going to kind of work with them. Ah. Have things that are kind of not wanting to stay up, so we'll work with it. Okay, so we're getting 2 of them in there, and let's go ahead and put this third one in. That's a little more how I'd like it. Okay, so good start. And then let's go ahead and do 3 of these. And put it kind of towards the back. But let's get one more towards the front. Okay, this isn't going on our roll of 3 here, or a triangle anyway. Okay, let's see. Here's what we've got so far. Here it is, right in front of me. I am not loving how perfect that is. So, you know what? Let's do this instead. I'm going to put these more in the front because they're getting lost in the back. Facebook, I'm not seeing any comments, but it says comments will appear here. So I don't know. If you're saying anything, at least with Facebook, I can catch up with your comments later. But YouTube, I don't know why on lives I can't see those comments later. So I try to catch those ones as I see them. All right. Like I said, this is being very symmetrical, and I'm kind of not super symmetrical. So I'm not loving that yet. Let's do this instead. Let's go out to the side here with one of these. Feel free to let me know how you feel about symmetry and those kind of things. We have a lot more flowers here, so we can play around with these. But again, odd numbers are usually more pleasing, but if we want to make it kind of symmetric, we might have to break our rule a little bit. Okay. So let's see. Let's do 5 of these. So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to set this aside a minute, and I'm going to show you how to put these together. So I've cut a whole bunch of these metal pieces, and they come in longer sticks. You can also use bamboo. We have those too at the shop. It all depends on what you want. And there's so many possibilities and so much to do, like with bridal. So what you do is you take the end of one of these and you just kind of push it. This is a weird one, but you just kind of push it in there, and then you take your glue, you pull it back out, and you take your glue and just put a drop of glue on there, and then you put it back down in there where you had it before. Okay, and then your flower is on your stem. Voila, it's as easy as that. Like I said, these got a little bent, but okay, so sometimes these are really tight in here and you have to kind of find that spot or wiggle it in. So my broadcast is going on both the workshops at La Vintage Decor and the La Vintage Decor page. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So we only have 3 of these pink flowers, and we have 1 of these little pale flowers. So let's let's go ahead and put, so we have two of these on the sides, those kind of, uh, I don't know, whatever you call this color, kind of a taupey color. So let's do 3. And we'll put the pink ones towards the front. These will sort of be like a foundation flower. So I'm kind of stumped whereas to put this one, but I think we're gonna go a little asymmetric. I know. Let's put the green flower towards the back and this one towards the front. What do you think? And the little glue strings, do you know if you take a hair dryer on your project, that'll blow those things off? Okay, so once we get some leaves and stuff in here too, that's going to make a big difference. Kind of want something maybe, well, we're going to have our shadow box in the front. So maybe we'll just go up and out. Okay, so let's do some of the pink ones. We might end up doing a couple more green ones too. But let's do some pink, even if they aren't quite dry. We'll make it work. I might have to cut some more stems. That one's the one I just did. It's really wet. Okay. So I have all kinds of projects coming up and videos coming up. I've rebranded my Thursday night videos. They're usually more about decor. And now it's renamed to More Than Decor. So sounds better when you say more than decor. But basically that means we can talk about whatever we want. So we might talk about, you know, resolution type things, organization, maybe I'm trying to lose weight, things like that. So feel free to let me know. You know, we can talk about recipes and stuff. Feel free to let me know what kinds of things you'd like to hear about in More Than Decor. So that's on Thursday nights at 8. It's not a live, it's a recorded one, but I'd love to know what you think. So this is not the best thing to do. Don't do what I'm doing here and use scissors because you're going to ruin your scissors as I am ruining mine. But I kind of forgot my... Might as well go ahead and cut these other ones if we decide to make more green flowers. So I don't know whether you guys did anything exciting for New Year's Eve or not. We just went to a friend's house and came home shortly after because we have a little dog that gets upset with fireworks and stuff, and that happens. So we played a lot of games at home. So my husband's a coach, and when he's home, we just kind of hung out at the house and played a lot of games. So, all right, this is drying nicely. Our frame is going to be ready for us here soon. But let's keep working on our arrangement. Okay, so we've got the pink. And again, we're putting the strap in the back. Oh, I'm loving the way this looks now. Okay, I know I'm not into using even numbers of things, but I don't know. This is kind of... we'll make it a little asymmetric here. We'll pull this flower up a little and this one down a little. Okay, and then we're going to throw in one of these little pink or little, I only have one of these because there's another one, but I want to put it actually in the shadow box. So let's do that. So we're getting rid of some of our symmetry, which is okay, right? I think that little green flower will make sense when we have the frame on there. I need to turn it around and take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to bend this stem kind of over the purse a little bit. I want a little bit like kind of coming on to the purse. So sorry, I'm facing it towards me, but I kind of needed to do that to see what I was doing. And that tells me I need a couple more green flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna, boy, I really changed everything, didn't I? I'm gonna do a couple more green flowers, and then I think we'll add some other stuff to it. Okay, let's do these. Some stems on these guys. So some of my challenges that I have coming up on the YouTube channel with my furniture flipping friends, one of them is a Walmart challenge. So everything that we use in our project has to come from Walmart. That'll be interesting for me. So not sure what that's gonna look like for me. Being the Dixie Belle vintage girl that I am. Okay. You know, I wish the little clasp part was in the front, but it's not. Let me see. I see somebody here. Request to be in your broadcast. No viewers to invite yet. I have viewers. Okay, so we're putting that in there. I think this is so pretty. With the little handle. Okay, wait till you see what we're going to put in the little frame. Okay. So we needed this one more flower. And I think I'm going to break my protocol again. And I'll turn it around here again so you can see what I'm doing. And put this in front. Now I have to pull these back up again. There, what do you think? All right, so remember, we're going to have something here, and we're going to work on that real soon. As a matter of fact, let's do that next, and then we'll put our leaves in. So I'm going to set that aside, and let's work on our shadow box. So our frame is nice and dry, so the first thing I'm going to do is put the glass back in it. Soon as I find it. Yeah, oh, there it is. It's clear, so I can't find it. And I want to make sure it's clean. I did actually clean it. It doesn't look like it, but I'm going to use some of this. Oh, it's like the tail end of the spray glass cleaner. Did you ever use this stuff? It's called Sprayway. I actually got it at, I think, the Dollar General. First time I ever saw it, I got it at a flea market. And I'll tell you what, the stuff is awesome. It doesn't run. It stays where you put it. I love it. And it smells so good. Hey, Kim. How you doing? Thanks for joining. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue this in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the hot glue gun. And I've got strings everywhere. I actually brought two kinds of glue. I have Aileen's tacky glue, which I think I might use that, and the hot glue. So I think the tacky glue holds it longer and in different, more temperatures, but the hot glue is going to help me tonight so that we get it done. So it'll be a quick dry. Okay. Shouldn't have had my glue standing up. So just putting a little bit in here to help it dry fast. So this should never come out. I'm just going to drop that in there. And if we have any that seeps on the glass, it's okay because I have a razor blade. But we're going to want to make sure that we do get that out of the way so that people don't see it. Okay, I'm going to let that sit a minute and kind of harden up. And I'm going to show you what we're going to put inside the shadow box. So these are totally random things that I grabbed. So this is just a hanky. And this is just a piece of jewelry. Now I kind of have it pushed in here. So, I mean, it's actually like jewelry findings. It's nothing special. But this is kind of covering up. It was missing a stone and it has hooks on it. Like I guess you're supposed to make a necklace from it, but we're just pretending it's vintage. We're going with that pink color. And that's kind of why I grabbed the peacock feathers, because now we're adding this turquoise in here. So, that's why I kept out one of the little green flowers to kind of tie that in. And then I also just have this little key. So those are the things that are going to go in our little shadow box. So I can clean up the outside of this later, but I do want to get this. Oh, I guess that is on the outside. Yeah, I guess it would all be on the outside, right? Duh. Okay, so let's try to arrange some of this stuff in here. Now remember, it has to go out this way. Okay, and I would want the key to be showing. So I'm just kind of fanning this out. And then I'm going to put this down in here. And then I'll hold it up and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. What do you think? Works for me. I'll tell you what, I think this stuff's all going to just kind of get squished in here. I'm going to have to flatten this flower out a little bit. And I hope I don't like kind of break it, but just flattening it down a little bit. Okay, so I'll put it in here. I'm not using any glue. I think, like I said, this backer board that we have here, I think we're just going to be able to squish it all down in here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use some tacky glue and a little bit of hot glue. You could use anything for this. You could use E6000 or whatever. The only thing is, like, sometimes I see crafters use hot glue and nothing else. And that I know from experience from my shop, from wreaths and stuff that have hung in the windows, that sometimes that will just, it'll get to in the sun and the heat will just activate that hot glue again and it'll melt it. And things literally just pop off the piece. I think I'm running out here, but I think we're okay. So Again, this had a little hanger on it. I took that off. Like I said, this thing was built to last. Oh boy. Having trouble jamming this flower in here, but we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. So I like the flower in there, but it's like way too big. So I'm gonna try to deconstruct a little bit, and hopefully the whole flower won't fall apart. But that's the part we needed to get rid of. We'll put it back in here, and hopefully we didn't lose a lot. Okay. Okay, the other alternative we could do is totally to get rid of the backer after I just glued it down. But we can glue it down right directly to the purse, maybe. This is the source of our problem. Everything else I think we'll lay down. Maybe we could do without it. Let's see what it looks like without it. It's still kind of pretty. I have a couple petals in there, which kind of stayed. I don't know. Let me see if I can get rid of a little bit more. Or a lot more. But if it falls apart, then it's not going to... Okay, I might be able to squish that down in there. Like I said, hopefully it'll still stay looking like a flower. Okay, I might have to glue again. Well, I still have some tacky glue in there, so let me just get a little more hot glue. And I need another glue stick. We'll put one of these big ones in here. I don't think we need all that, but I just want to make sure that it sticks so that we can actually see it done tonight. I'll tell you what, this is probably going to be one of the first Tuesday Talk projects that I actually complete while we're live. Okay, boy, I feel like I need a hammer. We'll get it in here. I think it's going to stay. I just need some pressure here. One little corner. Yeah, I wish I had a hammer. It's my answer to everything. Tap it down with a hammer. Yeah, it's actually, that hot glue is helping. I'm going to put a little bit more under this corner. Or a lot more, as the case may be. Just kind of hold it down, so. We're asking a lot of this hot glue because that corner is kind of like a pressure point where it's that flower thing is pushing up there. Yeah, it's definitely still the flower. Okay, and again, I'm gonna kind of just run this glue along here. It's kind of like a sealer in a way. I'm hoping that everything will dry, and that's just like a little more insurance maybe. Okay, got some on my frame. Okay, let me put my screen up here a minute. Both of them. That's good. I feel like we're connected now. So I can, this is really, really sticky, but it's drying. Don't you love glue? I am definitely using both kinds of glue on the purse because I am afraid of how that's going to work. Let me think a minute. You know what I might do? And there I went bragging about completing one of my projects. But I think the best glue for this situation would be E6000 and hot glue. So I may just hold it up against there tonight so you can see what it'll look like. But I just want it to stay, obviously. So that's what our little shadow box looks like. And I'm going to hold it up on our purse. It was just the right size for this. Okay, so that's what it's looking like. But let's, you know what? I don't know whether we need to do, yeah, I think it looked better that way. And I think it looks so cute when it's hanging on a hook. So let's get some height in here and speak to that turquoisey color in there a little bit with those peacock feathers. But also let's use some rose leaves. So we have, again, I'm using the scissors, but not sure if this is the best thing to use or not, but because they all have wire in there. I really didn't think this through. There, it snapped off pretty easily. And again, we want to work in threes, so I don't want, or uneven numbers rather. I don't want two strands, so threes, fives, sevens. Okay, so here's a big bunch of leaves. Let's kind of put this in the back. Just kind of like as a backdrop against our flowers. Some more back here. I may have to throw some glue on there because that is not hitting. Yeah, it's not hitting the, you know what I'm trying to say, the floral foam. Jeez. Ah, got some on my purse. And remember, hot glue is hot, folks. A little reminder. Okay, well, fortunately that's on the back of the purse, but it is coming off easily. Okay, I am liking what that's looking like. And we'll get this one over here. Do the same thing with a little bit of hot glue. And just stick it in there. Okay, that added a lot to it. Let's see, I still have the tags on these. This thing doesn't want to stand up, but that's okay. It's going to be hanging, so it doesn't matter. I want to cut these tags off of here, and these should just stick down in that floral foam. There's so many pretty different kinds of filler that you can add into your arrangements. There's one that I'm dying to use. It's really gorgeous. It just kind of hangs down. Kind of saving it for bridal because it is a little spendier, but we'll make an arrangement soon with that one. So I am also going to be looking for people who got engaged to do some maybe little photo shoots or something like that, maybe. Okay, I'm just sticking this down in. I didn't want to stick in the foam. My dog's making noises in his sleep again. Okay, I might have to put a little glue on this too, because it doesn't, I don't know whether it's not sturdy enough to go on the floral foam or what, but kind of just want it to stick up like that. So I'm just holding it for a minute. And this isn't the same color, you know, of turquoise that the, oh, I got a little glue on there. That's in the thing, but it's still, it speaks to it, I think. We'll save that one for the top. So, knock my leaves out. Hang tight with me, guys. I think maybe I'll stick this in first. And then go back in with those leaves. More glue. All right, what do you guys think? And then I think that one last feather. See if we can get that one down in the foam. Okay, glue. Okay, we'll just hold on to that a minute. Okay, so I'm pretty pleased with the way it looks. Now, let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna hold this up against it. You know, I used that dried sage, but then I'm thinking maybe I should have done something a little darker, but it's okay. So you know what? I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna leave it laying down. So I'll hold it up here so you guys can see it, but I'm gonna lay it down because we're gonna trust on that hot glue a little bit, but we're still gonna use the tacky glue. So keep your fingers crossed here, guys. We're using a good bit of glue. This is all flat on the bottom, and I will leave it laid down flat to dry. We should be okay. Tacky glue is good stuff. I'm going to bring it out to the edges here. Get a little hot glue on here just to have it hold it. Boy, this is a one and done for a placement, right? Okay, so again, I want the key part down, right? Yeah, okay, and this is about the middle. Holding it on here, I have glue strings all over me. All right, we're gonna really trust in this hot glue here for a minute that it's holding it on there, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job. You could always come back in with some dark wax on this frame. You could always come in with some more florals and bring it down over the front. I'm pretty pleased with this little DIY for tonight, and I will definitely get it hung up so I can show you guys what it looks like. As always, check out my social media, my Instagram, and my community tab tomorrow on YouTube, so you get to see the finished the project. Thanks, Kim. So I appreciate you guys joining and just kind of sum things up again. Thursday night. So for those of you on Facebook, I hope you'll head over to the YouTube channel, The Vintage Decor, and subscribe. And that way you can join us for the other videos that are not on Facebook. And that would be our Thursday nights, More Than Decor, at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then on Saturdays, Step by Step. So thank you again for joining. And I will put my affiliate link in the description box if there's any of the products, the Dixie Belle, that you are interested in purchasing. All right. Hey, thank you, Sandy. All right. Well, it'll be available in the store. You're local. So I do like the colors. I really think it's very, very nice and just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not loud colors. It's just kind of nice. All right. Well, listen, take care and thank you all so much for joining, and you have a wonderful night.